Let's be real. First jobs usually suck. You get stuck pushing buggies in the rain or getting burnt at a grill. If you're lucky, maybe a gig at the bowling alley or a movie theater. And while those are great jobs, I think my first job was the best.
There he comes, my skater.
I started skating when I was just 5 years old. My dad and I went every Saturday morning for years, always straight there after the yard sales. The skating rink became a very special place that honestly watched me grow up. Between birthday parties, first kisses, and breakups, those neon striped walls were the backdrop to so many important moments in my life. At 7, I started pestering the owners for a job. I don't know why I thought a 7-year-old could get a job, but fortunately for me, my family knew them, and they promised as long as I kept my grades up, the job would be mine when I turned 15. And so the years passed, and my love for skating honestly took a back burner to other hobbies and passions, but that all changed in September of 2017 when my mom joked about the nearly decade-old promise to one of the owners. As I've learned very well in the years since, George is a man of his word, and he told Mom to have me talk with him the following day. I can remember so clearly how scared I was to talk with George, and I'm not sure why, but when my anxieties got the best of me, I told Mom that I didn't want the job, that talking to George would just be a complete waste of time for both of us. But just like the old blue slide at the city pool, Mom forced me to go, and I could not be more retrospectively grateful. Just 6 days later, I walked through those so familiar steel gray doors for the first time as a Club Arena skating rink employee. It was everything that 7-year-old had dreamed of. I got paid to skate. The job came with a few benefits, the best of which was getting to skate whenever I wanted to. I quickly took advantage of this and refused to be anywhere but the rink every Friday and Saturday night. I can remember being so adamant to my parents that we left the house at 7:22 sharp so that we'd arrive at the rink right at 7:30 when the crowd would be at its largest. I'm not sure if I'll ever top that feeling of walking past the growing crowd and heading straight in the doors and just waving to my friends as I went in. It somehow got even better when I got my first car and could park right in front, always forgetting something and conveniently grabbing it as the people began to flood in. A few years later, COVID hit, and the rink shut down, leaving me unemployed for the first time in 3 years. It reopened a few months later, and by that point, I had graduated high school and knew that I would attend college locally. I'd be lying if I said that the rink had nothing to do with that decision. 4 years later, and I'm still rolling away every weekend. Only a single 2-hour session now, but it's still one of the highlights of every week. Some might say I'm a bit of an organized freak when it comes to paperwork, and that combined with a little bit of curiosity led me to dig up the last 8 years of W-2s. After a little bit of math, the final numbers left me pleasantly surprised. 2,496 hours. Somehow exactly 103 days of my life. And while I can definitely say that there are 103 days in my 23 years that I wouldn't mind to forget, those I hope to always remember. I graduate college later this week, and the rink will shut down the following weekend for its annual summer break, during which time I will most likely move and get what my mom likes to call an adult job. Don't get me wrong, I'm super excited for whatever comes next and just getting to move away and experience something different, but leaving the rink will be one of the most difficult parts about that move. You always hear the expression, if work makes you happy, then it really isn't work at the end of the day. And I don't think that statement could ring truer than in my experience with the Club Arena skating rink. It has been so much more than just a job. It's been the host of my childhood, my adolescence, teenage years, and now my early 20s. It would be foolish to think that the rink hasn't changed who I am as a person. Above all else, it's made me realize that bringing joy to others is one of the most important parts of life, and I feel so fortunate to have gotten to do that for so long. I will miss this place dearly, but I think a part of me will always stay with it. In the roof that I painted, the floors that I sanded, the hundreds of skates that I repaired, and the thousands of kids that I shared my passion with. I'm proud to say that I've left my mark on the oldest skating rink in the state, but I'm even prouder to have the marks that it has left on me.